Mr. Rohr, out of the answers that you gave, one that stood out to us, you say making tough decisions that relate to the betterment of Mandan. And we're curious, in your perspective over the next few years, what sort of tough decisions do you see? Tell us about some of the tough decisions that you've had to make before in your positions.
Well, the tough decisions are many because being a city commissioner is very multifaceted. You have to deal with so many issues, and many of them come down to money, as well as looking at the quality of life and the issues that the taxpayer and citizens have as well. For technology, there are quite a number of things, but technology is difficult to keep up with. It's expensive. You want to look at that, whether it be your computer systems, your record systems, how your infrastructure depends upon technology, and whether or not you can do the right thing towards that. I know many mistakes that's been made where technology is bought here in a local community, and they bought it for $50,000 more than I bought mine for, and I told them not to buy it, and they spent another $130,000 trying to make it work, and it never did work. So you got to look ahead. You got to have some expertise. You have to have people working for you that know what to look as well as to where you're going to be spending your money, what the needs of the city are going to be down in the future, and be careful about that. And of course, the difficult decisions come about too with your taxation, and what do you do in businesses? What attractions do you provide, and at what cost? And it's a gamble in a way. You're looking to the future, but you don't know what that future is. So you do your very best and hope that as a group of 5 commissioners that you can come up with a plan and have a concentrated view of where you're going to go, and that this will hopefully work out for the betterment of the community. So there's a lot of difficult issues. I went through budget cuts in the 1970s, and I had to cut people and had to cut things. Those were difficult decisions. You know, it's always difficult to get rid of bodies, and government doesn't like to do that. And so, you know, it becomes very difficult in terms of what service do you provide and what service do you do not provide. And my thought is you always have to go back to the essentials somehow. You have to look at what is still your essential service, because you definitely don't want to cut those. But a little comment too on taxes, and when you talk about cutting mill levies, but say, well, we cut mill levies and we reduced taxes, but we increased your taxes by raising your valuations. You know, they're a horse apiece, and always keep that in mind that when government tells you that they're going to reduce your mill levies, find out on the other end, are they going to increase your valuations? Because you can increase property tax either way, to be honest. So you can, I'd say, I'm not going to be raising mill levies, but guess what? I'm going to take your $150,000 home now, it's worth $200,000, you're going to pay mill levy on that. So we have to be honest with the taxpayer in terms of when we talk about reducing taxes, how we're doing it.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Herauf, over to you. One of the answers that you gave that we want to follow up on, you mentioned preserving our historic buildings and not selling them for a buck. How do you propose to boost the local economy and maintain some of that historic value in those buildings?
It's going to be tough, but I'm going to try. To keep our historic buildings, I mean, I don't see it, why we should let them go for a buck. And I don't think we should destroy them either. I mean, they should have been kept. They had a buyer for it, commissioners had a buyer for it, but they refused from the buyers. If I would have been commissioner, I would have fought that, because I would have let them buy that building. Now I'm talking about the library. That library would have stayed. Our community center would have stayed. And therefore, we're going to have to start over with our community center. And I think starting over, I don't think we have to rebuild. I think our old school could be used for our new community center. I think they could use that money and rebuild that school for that reason. And I think that'd be one of my goals, to see that happen.
Okay. Thank you very much.